Natal. Today is 259. We are on a day of fives. Today's a day of power in the supreme mathematics. We are in the five of Leo energy, being confident and courageous, working on our inner child energy, and we love it here. Five also deals with the heart chakra, as far as Leo ruling over the heart. And to get to the God, you got to go through the sun, baby. And so we are dealing with our solar plexus chakra. We are dealing with the fire in our heart chakra. It's a heavy fire energy today on the beautiful fives. Five in mathematics, well, as far as like the numerology realm, is being adventurous, curious, kind of giving more so like that Gemini energy, wanting to satisfy your intellect and be everywhere all at once. Just be mindful of overindulging into that energy to where, you're becoming fickle, you're not completing any tasks and things of that nature. Five is been brought to us with the letters E, N, and W. E is fire, so we know we're going to be active today. The letter N is air, so it's intellectual as well. And then W, of course, is earth, so we're bringing things into fruition with these elements. Today is a great day for people born on the 5th of the month, the 14th, and the 23rd. Those days add up to five, so for my five people, this is a great day for you guys, and we love it here. So we start off with that five energy of the solar plexus chakra, the Harakuhuti, the celestial enforcer, enforcing your internal law today with confidence and courageousness and creativity from that Leo vibe, right? We take that five, we're going to put it into the month of two. This is a month of balance, harmony, justice, and righteousness. Two deals with Taurus energy, which is the second house, what we value and what we prioritize, space of business, wealth, and love. All the facets of love, not just romantic, but for a lot of you guys, romantic love is the only love that exists for some reason. And two also deals with Maya energy, balance, law, justice, truth, and righteousness. So we have both sides of the Venusian vibes, the heart chakra being on the forefront of this month, and we move in gratitude, right? So we're paying attention to those parts of self. We're going to put our solar plexus chakra in there because, of course, we want to enforce where our heart chakra is, right? And that brings us to 7. It brings us closer to God and supreme mathematics. 7 also deals with Venusian energy. And 1, Libra energy rules over the 7th house, still bringing us to that vibe of Maya, law, justice, truth, and righteousness, right? And then 7 also deals with Netzach. This is the celestial designers. Het Heru energy is heavy here on the 7, making things all pretty and beautiful in the Sephiroth, right? So we're going to take that vibe of the 7. We're going to put that towards the year of 9, because of course we want to harvest with this energy of God that we got from utilizing our solar plexus chakra. So 9 is all about harvesting. We're in the energy of reaping what you sow, so like you're going to reap it. So we notice the pattern, but every number we put in 9 gives us little bite-sized pieces back, but it's ultimately going to add right back up to what we started off with, right? So I'm pretty sure at this point in the mathematics, you guys can tell me what today's math is, but for the sake of, that extra step and getting in tune with those extra numbers in between, let's chat about it. So we're going to put the 7 into the 9, find that balance, harmony, and justice, righteousness, and the truth. And, focusing on marriage is a big thing on the 7s as well. And, God energy, of course, making things all pretty. We want to harvest what we're designing in our space. Oh, that's in such divine alignment with how I started the day. I wrote some really dope things down that I want to design. We love it here. And so we get back 1 and 6. So that's knowledge on how you spend your health, wellness, and daily routine. 6 deals with Virgo energy. So it's how you manage yourself, right? How you organize yourself, how you schedule yourself. 6 also deals with the Tempereth, which is the soul, which is the heart chakra, bring you back to that Leo energy, bring you back to the confidence and courageousness that comes with you organizing your routine. So 1 and 6 comes right. 1 is also taking action. 1 is the Aries Ogun energy, bring you back to the solar plexus chakra, the gut that controls the mind, and everything starts with the thought. 1 is also Ketters, or knowledge, and the Kabbalah energy. So we put that 1 and 6 together and we bring it to 7. So today is all about the supreme mathematics of God. That's today's mathematics. It's God. 7 also deals with the Libra house of finding balance, harmony, truth, and righteousness. Netzach, which is all about beauty, the celestial technicians. This is a great day for my 7 life pathers. So if you're a 7 life path, you might want to go inward today. For a lot of you guys, going inward and getting some spiritual intellect, being more intuitive, paying more attention to your emotional self, your heart, how you feel about different things around you, all those things like that. That's a good vibe of the 7. Today's also, 2, 4s, and 7s and 1s feel really comfortable today with going inward. Y'all have no problem with being by yourself. 3, 6s, and 9s, y'all like to be a part of the collective and things. So if you want to start, if you want to do things with other people, just make sure it's in alignment of enlightenment, being in alignment with that spiritual knowledge. Whatever that spiritual knowledge looks like to you and your personal self is all about your personal solar plexus chakra, you enforcing your personal maya. Everybody has their own internal law, however way they see fit, however they do things. Respect. 7 is a space of beauty. So for all my artists and creators, you guys might be influenced today to make some pretty things, especially because we got Venus entering Aries today. But I'll get into that in a moment. I'm not done with the mathematics. The letters for today is G, P, and Y. They're in alignment with the number 7. G being fire, taking action. P being air, again with the intellect. And the letter Y being earth. We're bringing it to fruition. So those are the 3 elements. Wherever those elements align in your chart, you guys are definitely going to feel them on this day of 7. So act on it. So now that we've gone through the mathematics and the gematria of the day, we're going to read an excerpt out of Metu Netter that's going to further expound on what we do on the energy of the 7, and we love it here. I'm gonna give y'all a shout out when I finish this part, of course, like always. In the Kemetic calendar, we're talking about Het Heru or Net Het when we deal with the number 7. In Canaanite, this is Hanayel. And in the Kabbalah, it's Netzach. In Yoruba, we're dealing with Oshun energy. And Hindu Kush is Kamalamika. The 5th sphere or the 5th Sephiro in the Merkaba, we're dealing with the planet Venus, which is ruled by Friday. So people rule by Fridays, or people born on a Friday or whatever, you guys might feel a little energy today on a Wednesday. The colors for today is green and yellow. The number is 5, which we started today off with, so that's pretty cool. The gems is diamond or zircon, or zirconia, I guess that's what it is. White rose and white coral. So the herbalism for today in your bath is yellow roses, honeysuckle, and calendula flowers. I love calendula flowers. Maiden's hair, parsley, vetiver, spearmint, and sandalwood. I was just talking about spearmint. The oils to wear or having your space is rose, sandalwood, honeysuckle, and cinnamon. And the incense are the same as the oils. The hakao or the words of power for today are kling, Kling. The planetary words of power is Ong, Drang, Dream, Drong. Aung, space, Drang, space, Dring, space, Draung. The spiritual direction is southwest and the mundane direction is north. As far as the personality portfolio of the energy that the day of 7 has on your emotional traits, some positive is being sociable, affectionate, pleasure-loving, quiet, harmonious, joyful, sweet, engaging, flexible, sympathetic, graceful, merry, and cheerful. Some negative traits is being sensually aberrated, shameless, timorous, neglectful, lewd, idle, wasteful cravings, drugs, alcohol, immoral, motivated by fantasies in empty forms, hence illogical and irrational, spendthrift, fearful, and careless, and as well as narcissistic. Some mental traits: congregative thinking, the imagination, use of metaphors, myths, metaphorians, and stories to explain things, because that's the beauty of being that celestial designer, is guys like to create metaphors and similes and all that stuff like that to tell your story or get your point across. Careers for today is entertainers, artists, young women, the beauty industry, clothing, pleasure, and adornment industries. As far as the spirit portfolio, the keywords for today is joy, pleasure, imagination, and visualization. Spiritual function: the arousal of the life force, or the chi, ra, or kundalini, through joy and pleasure, especially when ecstatic, provides the motive force for the accomplishment of our minor goals and vitalization of the will. Unfortunately, most people are ignorant of this fact and suppress their joyfulness, waiting for success, or overindulge their passions and never know why they have so much difficulty carrying out their will, concentrating, etc. Review the material given for the 3rd stage of meditation and initiation regarding the combination of creative imagery and life force arousal, the practice of visualizing the emotionally charged situations related to our goals, combined with special breathing techniques and Asvini mudras. The great deal of problem also arises from the ignorance of the function of the imagination. People allow themselves to indulge in the visualization of emotionally charged imagery, positive or negative emotions and sensations, without realizing that they are thus giving power of realization to unwanted or untenable situations. So be mindful of your thoughts today. Some Some key phrases for today: love for, one is attracted to; failure to controls one's attraction or desire for; love for the external form side of; reliance on one's beauty, grace, charm; overindulgence in love of ease, contentment, joyfulness, following likes, dislikes; effeminate through creativity and a fertile imagination, through socialness, gentleness, cheerfulness, warmth, charm, and seduction. Het Heru is a function, faculty to organize the subtle forces of the animal spirit that are directly in control of the physical phenomenon. It is especially susceptible to the influence of the instincts, emotions, and sensuous energies, right? Physiologically speaking, the cold, warmer than lunar energy and moist energy of Venus. So Venus is cold and moist. It induces the temperate, relaxed physiological state, especially of the pneumogastric area, that is required by the reproductive and gestational organs, the gonad, uterus, etc. It also rules the kidneys and function in charge of generating the subtle energies behind our libido. So this is the house of our libido, and it's a minor healing force. Illness is of the reproductive organs, mumps, gestational problems, miscarriages, varicose veins and stuff like that, hemorrhoids, aneurysms, renal disorders, cysts, venereal diseases, fiber tumors, stomach disorders, and from dietary excesses. These are all things that occur when you have either an overactive or underactive, Sephosphere or Sephiro. Venus in the Kabbalah deals more so with your reproductive organs, so it's your sacral chakra. However, in the cosmos, this is also dealing with your heart chakra. All right. Comedic therapies to help, joyful events, diuretics, demulcents, alternative or detoxifiers. So detoxifying yourself today is a good thing. If you want to take a diuretic today, suggest just cleansing out your system in that way. Cleansing your kidney or bladder system, your blood and your chi is heavy today as far as the Chinese medicine goes. So yeah, so for today, you're being reminded that the purpose of indulging in pleasurable or negative sensations is for the arousal of Ra, which is your inner life force. When they are combined with your visualizations, daydreams, meditations of occurrences in your life, whether past or future, they are given the power to manifest. In the same vein, you are being warned against wasting your life force through overindulgence in order to avoid weakening your constitution and the ability to achieve your will. And we love it here. So we just did the mathematics, the gematria, and the netarus of the day. I'm going. Anybody over there still over there on Meet Me? I'll shout you out. But GS, peace, peace, nobody. Hey, Benjamin Alexander. Hey, Young Baller. YMW Melly, peace. Were the 9 planets created at the same time? Yes. Everything, all at once. Everything's happening all at once. Time is not linear. It's just a bunch of stuff happening all at once. So now that we went over the numerology and the mathematics and all that stuff, let's get into the astronomical report, y'all. What are the planets up to? We start the day off at a 49% first quarter moon rising at 10:46 a.m. and setting at 12:55 a.m. Tropically as well as draconic, we are in alignment with our mind and our soul in Taurus, all about what we value, what we prioritize, the facets of love, adornment, heavy in that 7 Netok energy, right? The celestial designer, spaces of beauty. We're creating things and we're realizing in what ways do we need to show ourselves some certain discipline, draw back on the things that we like, because some of you guys are just a little too lax on your goals and wondering why the results aren't happening. But Taurus shows us what we're prioritizing and what we're valuing that could be in our way or it could be pushing us closer to what it is we should be doing. In our energy exchanges, the moon is in Aries constellation. It's the constellation of new beginnings. Solar plexus chakra, that 5 energy we start the day off with, is at a 19 degrees, so knowledge being born. On that solar plexus chakra, that's the mathematics attached to the Aries energy. In the Hindu chart of the things, being at 19 degrees Aries, the moon is considered in the Bharani nakshatra, and I'm going to read over a little bit of that nakshatra for you guys. This is the second nakshatra in Vedic astrology. It's located in Aries or Mesh. It spans from 13 degrees to 26 degrees of Aries. It's ruled by the planet Venus. It's important nakshatra for discussing the current location of the moon. The symbol is the yoni, the female reproductive organ, which represents creativity, creation, and nurturing. It signifies the womb, fertility, and the ability to give birth to new ideas of life. The deity is Yamas, the gods of death and justice. Yama represents the law of cause and effect, which is karma, and the inevitable cycle of birth and death. Yama's influence brings a sense of order, discipline, and transformation. With Venus ruling over this energy is bringing love, pleasure, beauty, and artistic expression, a link to passion and pleasure, but with the sense of discipline, okay? Because Yama influence with that Venusian energy requires structure and responsibility, right? Some positive traits is power, strength, and endurance, an intense transformative energy linked to creativity and birth. Some negative traits is the energy can bring aggressive tendencies, possessiveness, or stubbornness. When the moon transits here, there's a surge of emotional intensity. This could lead to passionate feelings and a deeper need of emotional fulfillment. There may be a desire for transformation or letting go of old emotional baggage. All right, creativity and expression is heavy here. The moon's placement can stimulate creativity, artistic expression, and beauty. We talked about blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then a desire for nurturing is heavy here too. A shift in emotional patterns, relationships, self-image. So let go of the old and make way for the new today. That's a vibe. So that's what the moon is doing over there. It's on the MC line too. In the 7th house. The 7th house right now is on the MC line. So being tapped into the 7, being tapped into that, your internal law of Mayat, keeping your heart light as a feather, staying in righteousness, law, justice, staying in your truth. That'll do you guys well and bring you into that MC, that success, achievements, and how people receive you in that success line, right? So that's the moon for you. Sunrise at 7:03 a.m. and setting at 5:23 p.m. We start the day off mentally at a 16 degrees in Aquarius, still being revolutionary and rebellion, unique. The power to be one with all when it comes to our home and family. Everyone's aligning their home and family, their nurturing and emotional side together, and that's going to be the basis of the society, is aligning in that nurturing emotional space. And our energy exchanges, while the sun is in Aquarius zodiac, which deals with our thought process, it's still in Capricorn constellation, which deals with our happenings, which is a 21 degree in Capricorn. Finding balance in your actions, 2 being balance, 1 in action, 2 is also wisdom, 1 is knowledge. That brings you to understanding. So understanding of your Capricorn experiences is a big key for you guys today. As far as in your energy exchanges, remember all this is happening in the 4th house. So this is ruling over your home and family, your emotional self, your intuitive self, right? The first quarter moon is at 3:03 a.m. In a few minutes, we're going to be officially in the first quarter moon. I'm on the East Coast, so it's almost 3 o'clock over here. The moon and Uranus are at minimal angle at 12:11 p.m. The moon will be 3.7 degrees north-northeast. Conjunction at 3:13 p.m. The moon will be 4.2 degrees north. We'll be able to observe that at 6:21 p.m. tonight with a 4.9 degree north-northeast separation. Uranus is that planet that brings progressive pushes that we need, to move forward. Your moon is all about emotions, nurturing, home and family. So you guys can expect a lot of progressive pushes happening in your emotional self, in your home and family, in the matriarchal energy, and how you nurture yourself, other people, or accept nurturing. Both of these placements are happening over in the Taurus energy. So Uranus is over there in Taurus on the tropical and the Vedic chart. So by the end of this, by the afternoon, the moon will be over there in Taurus constellation as well. We just started off the day in Aries, okay? So both of that is happening in Taurus, which is like your money, right? Business, love, what you prioritize and what you value. So if you guys see progressive pushes there, some of you guys might lose some material things. Some of you guys might gain some. Remember, no 2 things can stay in the same place at the same time. So sometimes when you lose stuff, it's because it's to make room for something else that's supposed to take its place. So we move in gratitude. We let those things go and just move forward, right? Ashe. They're both sitting over there in that 7th house. So find that balance, harmony, justice, and truth with the physical and non-physical self. Keeping your heart as light as a feather through all the progressive pushes are definitely keys here. Venus enters Aries zodiac at 9 a.m. this morning. Aries zodiac, that's our thought process. So in our mindset, we want new beginnings. We're being aggressive and assertive. And also utilizing our solar plexus, or, the way we think, enforcing how we feel and what we prioritize. This is what I want. So now plan and organize with that, right? And so that is the astronomical report, y'all. So let's get into the calendar of the things. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh yeah, just to let y'all know, the full moon is about 7 days away. We're gonna have our full Leo moon on the 12th of this month. So if y'all want to pregame for that right now, that's a good time to do that with the way the planets is set up. So as far as the ancient Kemetic calendar goes, we're in the month of Tebet. So in the ancient Kemetic calendar, we get 3 seasons a year, 4 months a season, 30 days a month. Each month is divided into decans, which is 10 days in a week. We are in the month of Tebet. We are here until the 9th. You know, we're here from January 7th to February 9th, right? Yep. So we're here for a few more days, right? TB is all about fertility and magic. So in this space and time, we're imagining how we want our garden to bloom in Aries energy. You know, we're not really in the spring or summertime right now. We do see the planets starting to become more and more prograde, the ones that are in spring and summer placements. So it is going to feel like things are starting to speed up and move forward or whatever, what have you, to get us closer to that spring energy that we all looking for, because it's winteriswild.com. In the Hebrew calendar, we are in the month of Shavat, which we entered on January 29th when we experienced our second new moon after the winter solstice. And Shavat goes from January 29th to February 28th. The key holiday is the New Year's for the trees, celebrating the natural world and the environment. That's going to be on the 12th of February. Also, during the Leo new full moon, okay, we like the divine alignment. Setna also goes direct on that day. And if you guys don't know anything about Setna is the asteroid that rules over ourselves as a spiritual whole. And so that's pretty cool too. Shavat marks the beginning of the rainy season in Israel. It is a month of growth and renewal, symbolizing fruit-bearing season in the spiritual sense. So some keywords is growth, renewal, and connection to the land. So that is there for the Hindu. And to get into the forecast, you know, the year 9 has been brought to us by 2025. That's wisdom in our cipher and wisdom in our power. In the alchemy energy, this is the year of gold, being passionate, interesting, and faithful people. Attracting many people, being generous, kind, and lasting relationships is key here. Love of luxury and spending money, ambition and willpower. In the West African horoscope, we are in the energy of the wealth of Amber, which started February 4th and will be going on until March 5th. Blesses the natives with a sense of morality as well as rebellion and giving unique instincts. Adventurous, but not methodical or organized. Might be some things that you want to, find some grounding on. Highly passionate about material goods. Being easily lost is an indication that you are not grounded enough. In the Native American horoscope, we are in the energy of the otter. This is from January 20th to February 18th. This is the butterfly clan, which is air energy. Demanding bliss and help, inviting us to behave like children, have fun and accept the flow of life, strength to smooth out any circumstances. And we love it here. As far as the Druid or the Celtic calendar goes, we are in the Rowan energy. That's the name of the tree, the plant, Rowan. The thinker is the mantra. The animal is the green dragon. The stone is peridot. Some of the traits being original, keen, visionary, morale, free thinker, naturally creative. People in this energy always seek harmony and balance. They are very romantic and always need love to complete their happiness. And we are in the year of the wood snake. We started here January 29th. A period of transformation, creativity, wisdom, and unpredictability. Being flexible and diplomatic. Opportunities amongst the challenges. That's what we want to see here. And physical vitality and passion are also keys here. As far as the week that we are, coming back to the ancient Kemetic calendar, we are in the vibes of Amun-Ra, which started February 1st and will be going on until February 11th. Amun-Ra is the king of gods, bringing confidence, politeness, optimism. Great leaders and control is the vibe there. And so in the Hebrew calendar, we are on the day of Yom Revi. And the Hebrew calendar is pretty straightforward, like first day, second day, third day. So Yom Revi means fourth day, which is Wednesday. On the fourth day, God created the sun, moon, and stars to give light to the earth and to separate the day from night. That's Genesis 1:14 to 19. This day is associated with illumination, guidance, and order. The fourth day symbolizes the ideas of balance between the opposites, such as light and darkness, and is often associated with duality of life in the world. So illumination, guidance, and balance are the key words for Yam Revi. On the Hindu calendar, Wednesday is Budvar. Lord Vishnu and Lord Mercury rule over this energy. Lord Vishnu is the preserver of the universe in the Trimurti and represents qualities of wisdom, knowledge, and compassion. Mercury, the planet of intellect, communication, and reasoning, is linked to Lord Vishnu's nurturing and preserving aspects. Some associated activities for today. Wednesday is a day of devotion to Lord Vishnu, and it is particularly auspicious for reciting Vishnu's names and reading the Vishnu Sahasranama. Some people observe fasting and meditation to seek wisdom, prosperity, and success in intellectual pursuits. So that's what we got for there. Coming back to the planetary forecast, John. Y'all know I love my Wednesdays. I was born on a Wednesday, and I'm a Virgo stellar, and I got a bunch of stuff in Gemini too. I love my Wednesdays, right? Throat chakra is ruling over this. This is the Vishuddha, which is the pure element. Mouth, tongue, neck, ears, thyroid, parathyroid is the physical body that is affected by or showing the balance or imbalance of the spiritual part of your throat chakra, or the energetic center of your throat chakra, for better words. Expression, communication, invocation, integrity, morals, rituals, habits, those are all things for the throat or Wednesday. Ham is the Hakao. 741 hertz is the frequency for today. Blue 490 to 450 NM is the color frequency. E note for my musicians out there. Sing is the Hakao, or the long O vowel sound. Inverted pyramid for my Reiki healers, when you guys want to visualize activating your throat chakra. It's an inverted pyramid, basically upside down. And the ethers are the element. We already know the god of the crossroads, Mercury, Eshu, Eshwa, Papa Legba, Hermes is all the vibes on the Wednesday. The communicator between the physical and the non-physical realm, right? The intellectual one. Gemini rules over the internal side of the throat chakra. These are the Abeji twins, the Gemini twins. This is where you get all the thoughts and all the downloads and stuff. This is where you have to find the grounding and the focus, right? When we're dealing with the Sephiros or the Netarus, this is the energy of Sebek. Opposing forces, left brain, celestial technicians of the eighth sphere. Now, in the Kabbalah, or dealing with the Merkaba, the throat, Mercury is considered a part of the solar plexus chakra in the sphere 8 of transformation, because utilizing these parts of your body brings transformations. When I communicate things, when I'm listening, when I work on my moral code, when I'm labeling things and being a technician and stuff, that is with my solar plexus. That's with my celestial enforcer, right? This is Had or Splendor here. Now, as far as on the chakra level of things, of course, this is my throat chakra. This is my communication space. When we're getting our thoughts, well, if your thoughts are all jumbled up and you all over the place like the Gemini, fickle, unfocused, always changing your mind, good and bad side, you're going to harvest that, as the external side of the throat chakra is Virgo, still on the same Sephiro of 8, right? But Virgo harvests how balanced that Gemini energy is on the inside, you know? So be mindful of that, because Virgo is the energy of equality. What you put in is what you're going to get out. That's why Virgo is in the month of 9. Also, why September? We play around with the words. I know a lot of people like, ooh, September means 7. Yeah, that's balance between the physical and non-physical during the month of 9, the month of harvest. So regardless of how much people try to change shit around, they don't change the science of what you're supposed to be doing during what season. Right? Right. That's what happens when we think critically. We stop denying the existence of things, and we start realizing the patterns of why they even happen to begin with. And we learn to accept them and play with them, because we're alchemists and not children turning our backs on everything we don't understand. And we love it here, right? So I done went over the mathematics, the gematria, the netarus of the day, the astronomical report. We done went over the calendar for ancient Kemet, Hebrew, and Hindu. We have gone over the horoscopes for West Africa, the Druids and Celtics, Native Americans, the Lunar New Year, the Alchemy Year. So let's go through the planetary hours. You ready? So we start off on the day of Wednesday. The planetary hours for Mercury are 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., and 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Mercury is all about communication. Writing, learning some things during these hours is key. Traveling and trading for my traders in the back. Mercury right now is sitting in Aquarius in our thought process. So, thinking of ways to be revolutionary, unique, and creative. How to be one with all. It's heavy here. In the fourth house of home and family is where we're focusing that revolutionary energy at and invoking the things. Now, in our energy exchanges and happenings, Mercury is still over there in Capricorn constellation. So as we're invoking these things, certain challenges are coming to our space to strengthen us, to find boundaries, order, and discipline, to live in that Aquarian fourth house energy we're searching for. And we move in gratitude as we figure out how to align all of these things, right? Now, the hours of the moon: 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., and 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. The moon is all about going inward, dealing with your emotional self, doing some meditation, some journaling. Self-care is heavy here on the moon. We talked about the moon's placements a little bit, but, just remember in our thought process, the moon is over there in Taurus, thinking about our priorities, what we value, nurturing them and finding balance between them as that's happening in the seventh house. And our energy exchanges and our happenings, the home and family is being affected by that Aries energy. New beginnings is heavy here, and we move in gratitude as we experience new beginnings, even though they come in a very fire-like way. But remember, it's all about a connection between the physical and the non-physical experience as it's happening in the seventh house. Also dealing with our bonds and contracts that we have, intuitively, spiritually, and emotionally with different people around us. Some of y'all might be breaking some leases. Some of you guys might be signing some new leases. And we move in gratitude because all of that is a spiritual experience as well. Moving your household. The hours of Saturn: 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., and then 11 p.m. to midnight. Of course, Saturn is all about long-term planning. This is where you get your discipline and your order. This is where you focus on the challenges that you had and don't victimize yourself for experiencing challenges, but learn how they're here to strengthen you and how they're helping you to get to the bigger picture that you've been invoking into your space, right? Because it's all about how you absorb those challenges that come in your space that determine how you're going to conquer them and the further the energy that you're going to experience during this long-term planning, right? Saturn is still sitting over there in Pisces. This is all Akashic records. This is all spiritual experience. It's all beneath the horizon. It's all about your subconscious and your dreams and finding that discipline and order and being in alignment with the limitations and the restrictions that have to occur to bring the things of your dreams into the physical world, because the physical world has certain laws and order. Things can't move around as free as they do in the atmosphere, in the ethers of the things. Now, while Saturn is sitting over there in Pisces in our thought process, and this is all happening towards the fifth house, so we're going into our creative self, we're going into our inner child with the vibes. And the energy exchanges and the happenings, the challenges are happening over there in our Aquarius and our revolutionary self. Our power to be one with all. It's affecting, because some of you guys have to be around different societies. Some of you guys have to, come into your leadership skills. Some of you guys got to gain certain intellect and knowledge to help you in your root chakra. So it's going to be some uprooting of things you've already known and inputting some new things. A lot of the things that you guys have been taught by as children, they don't serve you and they're not serving this life that we're going into. So we move in gratitude as Saturn uproots a lot of those things, whether it's you're the authority of self and you're uprooting those things yourself, or you allow other people, entities, or a president or a job or whatever be your authority, and you wait for them to uproot the things out your space. And hopefully you don't go around crying and complaining. You actually realize that this is in your favor because of certain things that just don't just serve you in the kind of world that we collectively say we want to live in. All right. Jupiter also deals with long-term planning and organizing. Jupiter more so is like, okay, Saturn is giving you the challenges. I'm going to show you how to navigate through the challenges, what you need to learn, what you need to study, how you can grow from these challenges, because Jupiter wants to be like, optimistic through other things, right? The hours of Jupiter are from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., and then midnight we start Thursday off in Jupiter energy. Of course, right now I'm in the hour of Jupiter, and we love it here. Jupiter is sitting over there finally in prograde. We just started our prograde motion, so wake up your sleepy Sagittarian friends or your sleepy Sagittarian placements. Jupiter sitting over there in Gemini in our community and communication space. That's our community in our Tri-City area. So traveling in your Tri-City area may be a big thing, or meeting, aligning with family members and, classmates and people you grew up with and stuff like that. That's all that Gemini energy. Expansion and abundance to our intellectual space, what we're learning, where our focus is at. Find some discipline, be mindful of overindulgence in that space. This is all happening in our 8th house, so tapping into this energy will help us in our space of business and transformation and empowerment. Now, in our energy exchanges, because all that's happening in our thoughts, and we need to find focus in our thoughts, right? I like to-do lists. I like daily journaling of what are my goals today? What's my mission statement for today? What am I trying to get done? How am I trying to get it done? And I've just learned to really consolidate my energy, so I can be focused on the things. And also realizing that you need a community to focus on a lot of the things. So allow yourself to attract that community. As Jupiter is in the Taurus constellation, it's still in that house of the 8th house of empowerment. But it's as you find that priority and that organization and, what you value and what you want to work on when it comes to facets of love in your life and spaces of business in your life, you'll see them start to take form, because Taurus is a fixed earth sign. Mars rules over our assertive, aggressive self. What motivates us? What gives us ambition? What gets us going? Mars hours are from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., right? Mars is sitting over there in Cancer energy. It's sitting in Cancer energy in the 9th house. We're still in retrograde for a little bit longer, so give grace. We are not here to start running around and doing somersaults and stuff. It's still winter time. So, this is a good time to still nurture and be an introspective space with your solar plexus chakra. More so thinking and planning and organizing with how you want to spend your energy in the Aries season, right? When it start getting nice out, what you trying to do, what kind of trips you trying to go on, who you trying to link up with, what are we going to do that's going to bring us joy, because it's happening in the 9th house. Now, Mars is in that 9th house of joy and expansion, because we know the 9th house is Sagittarius house, which is ruled by Jupiter, which just went prograde over there in Gemini and in Taurus. So, we're feeling that vibe there. But Mars is still in the Gemini constellation. So this motivation is going to go towards the different communities and where you're communicating yourself at. We want to make sure we're being focused, y'all. The sun's hours are from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, the sun is also about your energy and activities and stuff like that, but the sun is more so less assertive and aggressive and more just vitality type energy. And so we're having our experiences and we're having a good time over there mentally in Aquarius, being unique and revolutionary, getting our info from the Ketters, and it's all in the 4th house, so it's pertaining to our home and family. A lot of you guys are, creating homes and families that are unconventional and never been done before, so it's not too many people you guys can rely on for, advice, and that's the power of Aquarius being in the 11th house, which is the energy of mastery. So you guys are the ones, the pioneers that are going to influence. But then Aquarius is also dealing with the 1 Sephira, which is the Ketters, downloading that knowledge or whatever. And last but certainly not least, we have Venus. Venus is all about your emotional self, for my creatives that like to paint, make jewelry, fashion, my artists. These are good hours for you guys to create or feel inspired. And we love that for you guys. Card reading. I'm doing, if you want a personal card reading, you can message me on Instagram, but I'll be doing hump day readings later on today. I have a very long to-do list. It's going to get done, though. Very long. I'm going to have to find sleep in between some of it. Anywho, so if you subscribe to my page, when I go live, it'll be a blast that'll say tarot readings. And you can come back in for that. But right now, it's today's mathematics. I'm almost done, though, y'all. So yeah, Venus, during the hours of Venus is a great time for romantic pursuits and creating things and prioritizing and playing with your emotions and making sure nobody's playing with your emotions. We love it here. Venus hours are from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., and then 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Venus is sitting over there, entering Aries, new beginnings in our thought process. Little fires, assertive and aggressive energy, you know what I'm saying? allow yourself to be motivated and excited about the things that you want to, do. Pay attention to your heart chakra and how your heart chakra is pumping about certain things, certain shit that you've been doing you don't really like to do, and you automatically, get angry at the thought of doing it. Pay attention to those thoughts. Some things you want to do, you get really excited about it, or it just starts flowing to you real easy. Like, oh, this is what can get done, because this is the time to do those particular things. In the energy exchanges, Venus is still sitting over there in Pisces. So while your mindset is being motivated and ambitious and stuff, the happenings on your Venusian energy, all subconscious, living through your subconscious, your dreams, your heart chakra, your vertex is really attracting the things that, is spiritually ordained for you. So the things that you believe and know that are in your spiritual birthright, they're coming to you, and we move in gratitude, right? And that's all happening in the 5th house, in that Leo house, Tipperef energy. So the inner child is the theme of the vibe right there. So whatever it is that your child wanted to do, is inspired to do, we love it there. So let's get into some cards. So metamorphosis on the 7, and we talked about today's mathematics being the balance between the physical and the non-physical self. You know what I'm saying? We got the reproductive energy. This is heavy net sock celestial designer. It's beauty here. It's the reproductive system here. You know what I'm saying? It's also the heart chakra. She's green. Paul de Arco is the herb for today for my herbalist in the back. This is Callie, of course. As you can see, she has the 50 skulls around her. Metamorphosis is here. So the moon and Pluto are the key planets, so you can find out where your moon placement and your Pluto placement is and how they align with each other, their aspects to each other. Feel free to pull up if you guys want to read it or whatever on that. Like, hey, I seen that card you pulled. Like, could I get a personal tarot card spread? Or could you read my planets and tell me how my planets align with that reading that you just did? Like, that's what I'm here for. This is what I'm good at. I do have, like, consultation minutes that I provide for you guys. I do sessions. So, reach out. So, yeah. So, we're focused on our intuitive self towards our transformation and our sense of power. We love it there. We have the devil card here. So it's been like too much emphasis and focus on like materialistic stuff, right? And because we get stuck on materialistic stuff, materials are finite. They have an expiration date. They all expire. They break down, but you're an infinite being. The only thing finite about you is your body. And that's not even totally finite if we get into the physics of it. But, for the sake of the conversation, this surface conversation, yeah, that's the only thing that's finite about you. You are an infinite being overwhelming yourself about finite things. This breaking, that falling apart, this being taken from you, Remember, Venus is in Aries and is bringing new beginnings to your materialistic self. So you're going to see that devil card get transmuted here. We want more emotional, powerful energy, and more working on your spiritual oracle self, and less stuff and things, right? 9 of Wands is here. This is the completion on the action of things. See the snake coming up and stressing the hair out, but this is because of, you guys been stressed and overly focused on the things. Your car broke down, the house is doing the thing. You lost your stuff, and somebody stole something over here, and that over there broke, and this got left in the Uber, and you're just stuck on physical things, and you're not seeing the spiritual aspects of it. Like, oh, these things are gone. I can't wait to see what my vortex is attracting to replace that. Because something had to leave for something to come. No two things can stay in the same place at the same time. Empower yourself with that metamorphosis in that thought, in that law. You know what I'm saying? Then we have, what part of self are we going to focus on? We're going to focus on our Tipperef today, the heart. To get to the God, you got to go through the sun. Tipperef is the sun. That's Leo energy. And it's connected to all your other Sephiroth. So we're going to be balanced in the middle today. We're focused on the Knight of Coins, embarking upon the physical world through our emotions today. Today's the day of 7. Finding balance, harmony, law, justice, truth between the physical world and the non-physical world. You are having a spiritual experience in a physical world. So find that balance, discovery in the heart, root chakra. See, physical body, root chakra. You're rooted, physically, but also rooted in the cosmos with the Ketters. We're finding that balance. And the more you see like root chakra dealing with your challenges and the hardships that come into your space that give you the balance and the order and the discipline that you need, and you're like, dang, like a lot of the stuff in my root chakra has been a spiritual experience. It has affected me spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. So it's good that these certain things happen because they were also helping build me in those aspects of myself now too. So now as more physical things occur, you know, they're giving me the discipline and order and stuff instead of absorbing them as, you know, oh, you know, I lost this, broke this, da 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 da. It's like, oh, you know, I feel I had too much of an emotional attachment to this. You know, it might have been a little smothering, had to go. You know what I'm saying? Or now it's time to upgrade because this no longer fit in my vortex. You know, I no longer have space for this. You know, there's no longer a connection to that. You know, or that no longer felt a connection to me. You know, but new beginnings in your root chakra and your authority. You know, some of you guys give authority to too much stuff and not enough of you. Depressed time is a card here too. That's interesting. Because I pulled this earlier. But so dealing with the transformations that Pluto and that moon alignment, for some of you guys who don't fully understand it and y'all still in this devil card or in this 9 of wands, it can be saddening for you. It can be very difficult to see all the transformations happening around you when it comes to the stuff and the money and the belongings and the materials and stuff like that. So it can bring you down. Finding that balance, that balance, harmony, and justice, that truth on the 8 on why the transformations is happening can bring you empowerment. You want to be empowered here. I want you guys to feel empowered in those transformations and not sad because you guys are still evolving around stuff. So that's my reading that I got for you today. We went over the mathematics, the astrological report. We went over the different calendars and horoscopes. And now you guys have your collective reading. Later on today, since it's hump day, I know I love my Wednesdays. I will be doing a collective tarot reading with you guys through the elements, so you guys will get your individual readings. You guys are more than welcome to pull up and get a donation-based personal reading and tell your friends and all that stuff like that. And I will see you guys later on tonight. Today we are starting Sefer Yetzirah. We finally finished reading the Kabbalah book. We love it. So today we start Sefer Yetzirah, the book of formation or the book of creation, which was written by Abraham. And I'm very excited. Now, I've been reading that book live on Facebook and Meet Me. I've been thinking about maybe coming to YouTube to read that book as well. I don't know. I'm still kind of shaky on it. Y'all kind of mean to me in the comments. I don't like that. But, you know, I have been reading that on Facebook if you guys want to join me there at Sunshine Monie. And again, like if you guys would like a personal reading, feel free to reach out. I love what I do and I'm really good at it. I've been doing it over 10 years and I would love to help you guys read your charts. We're doing numerology readings. I got a couple deals. You know, I do consultations to see how my services can fit your needs. And it's a good time here. So I'm going to let y'all go on YouTube. I was trying to get this down to 30 minutes, but it's so much information I couldn't. And I felt like I was talking too fast and it's all right. I got it done in 47, which is good because usually I'll be up here for 90. So we love it here. So peace to y'all on YouTube.